again, the dishes. If I can find my spoon. Here it is. It's like the dishes are never done. Constantly in here washing. But we got 4 of us won't do dishes, so I guess it makes sense. So yeah, so the other day when I did the 2 broadcasts when I was doing dishes, it actually put me up to level 11. So I was pretty pleased about that. You know, because it used to be I'd say, man, I got nothing to talk about, or got nothing going on, so I don't want to broadcast. And you know, you can see by my track record, I was broadcasting far and few between, basically whenever I could get the wife to deal with me. But suddenly I decided, you know what? I really enjoy looking at my camera while I do dishes. It makes the time go by so fast. So I said, hey, lazy ass Gamey, what's going on? So, and then, hi Mia, how are you? So yeah, so I don't know. So I guess it's a thing about talking to myself or talking to the camera while I'm doing dishes. It makes the time go by so much faster. I think I'd be a pro at this by now for the dishes I've been washing the last 3 days. Thinking, oh, hey, Asian. Thanks for joining. But yeah, it never gets done. I'm constantly finding myself in this battle with washing my kids' dishes, which is good that they eat. Because my first son, for my first marriage, he ate like a bird. Well, I should take it back. Because if they eat like a bird, they actually eat quite a bit. So he ate, I don't know, he just barely ate. So it's nice to actually see my 2 youngest ones actually eat and stay active. That's important. Don't want them to be overweight like their old man. Although, I will say this, in the last month, I've lost 10 pounds. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Not only did I lose 10 pounds, but I didn't even diet. Just getting up and being active more, I think, made a big difference. So yeah, I mean, everyone's kind of figured out I'm a big guy. You know, that's always been part of my personality. Well, hi, Kylie. Nice to see you. You know, part of my personality. You know, it's like just a big teddy bear or whatever you want to call it. Just how it is. I've never felt bad about it. The only time I've ever had any kind of concerns is just for my health. You know? That's the thing. People will always, there are always going to be people who are going to make fun of people. And, you know, I was very fortunate when I was in school. I didn't get that. You know, believe me, there were plenty of bullies and jerks when I was going to school, but for some reason, I don't know whether they thought I was funny or what, but yeah, I never got picked on or anything like that. So I definitely feel for those who do. And all I can say is you just got to brush it off, walk away from it. I am 37, and I have kids 11, soon to be 3, and soon to be 1. So quite the gap there, I know. But yeah, they're good kids, and you might have seen them on other broadcasts. And if you haven't, I've been uploading all of my old broadcasts to not my YouTube channel that connected to my account. That's for my gaming stuff. I actually set up a different channel called Eat with a Spork. That's right, a Spork, S-P-O-R-K. And if you look there, you can see all the other broadcasts that my wife and I have done. Good times for sure. So yeah, all the people that I noticed a new trend going on. All the people that I've fanned and I'm fans with on YouNow, I'm starting to see more and more of them going on doing gaming, hashtag gaming now. Everyone's like getting into that now. In fact, I just saw Wendy. She was playing Elder Scrolls. And then Jace and Prince Suze, they've been playing, hey, Crystal, how are you? Washing dishes. Killing time here. Seems to make the dishes go by faster when I'm talking to my camera, talking to you guys. But yeah, so I was watching Prince Suze and Jace. They were playing some game called, oh my goodness, I just had the name on the tip of my tongue. The tank game. They were playing some tank game. something's, I forgot already. But yeah, they were playing a tank game. Hey, Jedi! So yeah, so I've seen a lot of more people doing the gaming hashtag, which is cool. It's cool. You know, and it's interesting because you see people playing games that you normally wouldn't think play video games. Like seeing Wendy, I don't know why, I did not know she was into Elder Scrolls. I thought that was pretty cool. I used to play Elder Scrolls. I haven't played in a while. I have it for the PS4. But the new game that my wife and I are into, we just got it last night, it was on sale at Walmart, was that Disney Infinity, which we got the Star Wars Saga set, which actually that's pretty fun because the kids can get into that, you know, because we also got the Inside Out play set. So, so that was way cool. So my wife and son were playing that this morning. But yeah, it takes. Sometimes I feel like video games are passing me by. Like the last time I could say I was completely up to date, hip with video games, good at them. Like I would say, quote unquote, true gamer was probably the Super Nintendo back in like '94. You know, and I've just been in a slow decline since. You know, where I still like to play video games, still like to get out there and do things, but it's like I like casual, simple games now. Whereas I used to be way into the hardcore, you know, give me, you know, World of Warcraft and give me those kind of things, and it's all passed me by. Oh, yeah, don't want to spill coffee. That is a crime. That is a crime. Especially if it's like coffee you went out and bought. You know, if you got yourself some Dunkin' Donuts coffee or some Tim Hortons or something, that's cry-worthy. That's tears-worthy. You know, I just got myself a nice, tall coffee from Tim Hortons, 4 cream, 4 sugar, extra large, and I tripped and fell and broke my leg. I wouldn't cry for the broken leg. I would cry for the spilled coffee. Just saying. Especially if that's your first cup of the day and you spilled it. It's heartbreaking. Because that's almost like it's an omen about what kind of day you're going to have. That you're already starting your day off with spilling coffee. Then it's going to work that much harder to overcome it. Okay, well, instant coffee. Okay, that's okay. That's easily replaced. Yeah, when I do my coffee. Oh, by the way, you like this, Crystal? This is my probably backwards. But don't mess with Texas. That was my mom's favorite mug. In fact, here's a story. My mom was born and raised in Texas, and back about 1987, we took a big family trip to go back there. My mom used to like to pull my leg with stories about Texas, and one of the stories that she had to pull my leg about was how, you know, they're so, you know, whenever you come out of town like that, if you write the governor, that they'll actually set up a red carpet reception for you. And so I want to say back then it was Ann Richards was the governor? I don't know, or she was after that. Anyway, so of course, me being the gullible 9, 10-year-old kid I was at the time, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and write the governor and get our fancy red carpet reception. So wrote the governor and didn't hear back, and I was crushed. And my mom had to say, nope, that was just a joke. And then the other thing she used to pull my leg about how she said, and I don't remember if this was true or not. I don't think it is. It's in the Constitution that Texas can split up into 5 states. But she told me that. But then she told the story of you got to be careful what you say. You can't get people mad at each other there, because then they'll go into civil war and break up into 5 states. Of course, again, 9, 10-year-old kid believe that. So I don't know if she just told me that to make me on my best behavior, so Texas wouldn't split up because of me or what. But yeah, she used to always pull my leg. I think what it was is that you ever heard the phrase "crap rolls downhill"? My dad was notorious for doing stuff like that to people, especially her, especially my mom. her being from Texas and my dad being from Michigan, one of the first real Michigander type things that my dad took her to do was to go see a hockey game. She's never even seen hockey so much as on television as opposed to being in person. So there was her first exposure to it. So my mom, of course, always asks a million questions. She always, always curious about what's going on. So she, was watching. She sees that back then they had the penalty box. There was no separation in the penalty box. It was one big box, and basically an official would sit between them. So my mom's like, well, what's he doing there? He's like, oh, well, when, there's fighting, they put an armed guard in there so that if they act up in the penalty box, he can shoot them. And that whole game, my mom could not take her eyes off the penalty box every time people were in there because she was just waiting for someone to get shot. She totally believed that. Hey, thanks, Jedi, for inviting all your fans. So, yeah, that whole game she was waiting for someone to get shot. Never happened, of course. So, but yeah, my mom wasn't a big hockey fan. She knew about it, and she became more of a fan when my brother played, and she actually would go to my brother's hockey games. She was one of those hockey moms in the stands screaming, "Ice the puck! Ice it!" Yeah, that was my mom. So she was definitely my brother's biggest fan. So yeah, I miss my mom. Yeah, she passed away back. This January will mark 7 years already. Let's see, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 7 years. Yeah, my mom's been gone 7 years. Unbelievable. Shows you time marches on. But time also heals wounds. Because after it was, fresh. It's kind of hard to talk about. My mom. Because you just miss her so much, and now it's like you can talk. And also the other thing is that my mom and I didn't have the perfect relationship. I mean, we loved each other. There's no doubt about that. But we've had our fair share of arguments throughout the years, and that kind of stuff. Like like every relationship, every family. But you know what? After 7 years, I have to really, you have to really think hard to remember those bad times. But the good times come so easy. That's good too. As time passes on. And that's what I hope, with my kids, that's the kind of relationship I have, is that, 30, 40 years or whatever, when I pass on, what are they going to remember? I would hope that, it's the good stories, funny stories. And that's why what makes Thanksgiving, it seems like everyone has a holiday that, it's harder for them for one reason or another. Someone died around that time, or a relationship ended around that time. So many family members are gone, whether it's Christmas or for me it's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's tough because Thanksgiving was always so important to my immediate family. My mom, my dad, my siblings. And, but it was always the time we always got together and told stories, family stories. I mean, funny family stories. And, our best stories always came out at Thanksgiving. And the best part is, I don't care how many times the story gets told, we want to, I'm all for hearing it again and again and again, just because of the way it's told, it never stops being funny. And so now it's like, both my parents are gone. All my brothers and sisters are spread throughout the United States, and so it's not the same. And yeah, I got my wife's family and I love them and, they're awesome, but it's like, everyone's got their own traditions. And so, it's no matter how much you try to recreate it, it's just never the same. So yeah, Thanksgiving's always a hard time for me. But I think as my kids get older, it'll be less hard. That's what I've noticed too. As the kids get older, and they start to take on appreciation for things more, it gets easier because then you're making your own. Hey, oops, one second here. It's your gay best friend here. Hey, what's going on? So as the kids get older, hey, yeah, well, greetings to the United States, greetings to Sweden. Which, I love Sweden because I'm a Detroit Red Wings fan. It seems like we get all our best players from Sweden. So, tell you, we definitely miss the presence of Thomas Holstrom, who retired a few years back, and Nicholas Lidstrom, who also retired. But yeah, that's why Sweden will always be close to my heart, because some of my favorite players of all time, like Holstrom's one of my all-time faves. Just because of his presence in front of the net. I mean, there'll be no other player like him. I mean, no one could do it like him. Just washing dishes. But today I decided to do it in the parents' channel instead of the hashtag dishes. So, hey, Crawley, nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Oh, hey, thanks for inviting all your fans. So yeah, it seems like this will be my third broadcast in a row that I've done on YouNow where I've been standing here washing dishes. Washing dishes. That's what I'm doing, Sabrina. Washing dishes. This is like my new pastime now is talk to the camera, talk to you guys while I'm getting through the chore here. I know, exciting stuff. I was saying in my last broadcast, if I need to be like actually doing like an actual camera angle where you can see the dishes, but in tutorial, but I don't think people actually want to see the dishes getting done, because I don't even want to watch them getting done. I have to do this. I have no choice. Well, I suppose I have a choice. I could put my foot down and be like, wife, I'm not going to help around the house. I'm just going to be a bum and do nothing. And she would get frustrated and she would do it, but then she'd hate me. So in that vein, maybe I don't have a choice and I'm better off doing the dishes like I'm supposed to. My wife can be very scary. I love her, but she knows how to frighten me. And so I just learned to obey. She gives the order, and I obey. But yes, it's like a never-ending battle in this house of dishes. We don't have a dishwasher. I mean, you're looking at the dishwasher, really. You don't have a automatic one. We're running this place, so it doesn't have one. My wife wanted to go to like Amazon.com and get one of those tabletop. Hey, Matt, nice to see you, and Trinity, and Lottie, and Joker. But yeah, wanted to get one of those tabletop ones, and it's like $200. I don't know. It just seems like it's a whole lot of hassle to, plus, when we're not going to be here forever, eventually we're going to go to a place with a full-size dishwasher and say, what do you do with this $200 thing you bought? So I don't know. So hey, King Royal and Emily. It's nice to see you all. Matt, thanks for inviting your fans. So, sorry I'm not making dishwashing as exciting as it could be. Maybe actually pumping some music or something. But my music I listen to is actually on my phone, on the phone I'm broadcasting from. So I'm kind of stuck. But usually my playlist involves Elvis and the Beatles and Pharrell and Daft Punk. Let's see, who else? Bare Naked Ladies. B.B. King, Albert King, Gary Lewis and the Playboys. So yeah, it's all over the place, and I'm sure there's even more that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But yeah, my playlist was all over the place. Oh, cereal bowl. my pet peeves is that when people have cereal and they throw the bowl in the dish in the sink, but they don't put like any water in there, so it's like whatever stuff they didn't, any residual they didn't finish hardens to the side. You gotta chisel it out. It's like, really? Come on. Why you gotta be like that? Hey, Ice Queen, nice to see you. Doing well. I'm once again washing dishes. And so I was like, I said this wasn't my thing, but it's quickly becoming my thing. I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just how it's happening. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm even making pet peeves about doing dishes. So, but yeah, I was talking earlier about that new game that my wife and I got last night, that Star Wars Saga, for Disney Infinity. So yeah, that's actually pretty fun. I want to find out a way to, wish there's a way to stream directly from my PS4 to YouNow. I know some people will, just point their camera at their TV, which I guess that's okay, but it could look so much better if it was direct. Like when I stream on YouTube, you can do right to YouTube directly from PS4. Looks great. I mean, it looks like, the person actually sitting there playing on their own TV. So that's always nice. So when I got the beta invite for the game streaming for using OBS, which if you haven't heard, they're testing out a new service now on YouNow where you can actually stream directly to the service and use third-party programs like OBS. It's something called real-time messaging protocol. That's how, you stream to things like Twitch and YouTube. And so YouNow is looking to bring that on board. And so I just wish there was a way to get it direct, from the PS4 directly to it. Hi, Raya and Megan and Rosa. 1212. Thanks for joining the dishes show apparently. So, but yeah, it's fun to see. I don't know. It's like, here's the thing about streaming gaming. When it first started picking up steam and people were first starting to watch it, like my older son, he's like, oh, I gotta watch Beauty Pie. I gotta watch Ant Venom and whatever, Seth Pling and all these other people he's naming. I didn't have two clues about who any of these people were. And I'm trying to watch these videos with him so I could just see what he's up to, being a good dad and keeping up with what my kid's into. And it's like, why are people doing this? Why are people watching this? Like, why would you want to sit there and watch some total stranger play video games? Why don't you go play the video game yourself? I didn't get it, and so I just dismissed it. It's like, okay, well, at least now I know what he's up to. As long as they're not cussing or anything, then I guess we're good here. Then after time went on, people if I run a Minecraft server, like, why don't you stream? Why don't you stream? And I'm like, no one's going to watch that. No one wants to do that. Well, finally they talked me into it. I started doing it. And then the more I did it, the more I started getting interested in other people doing it. And then it started to make sense. Like, okay, you know what? It is kind of fun, And, especially when it's a game you haven't bought yet. You're thinking about it. And you're actually getting to see there and see the game in full so you can decide if you want it or not. And then you get to know some of the personalities and things. And I don't know. So I just started to kind of click. Well, hey, Princess. Nice to see you. And Madison and Megan. Thanks for joining my washing dishes and rambling show. But yeah, I mean, it would be cool though to be able to just stream directly to YouNow from my PS4. That would be so much better. Because I mean, I can stream. Well, thanks for the hearts. I make a heart back, but I get soap all over myself. I mean, I can stream the computer games, but I don't know. It seems like I have problems with my computer. I get lagged out and stuff, and end up being more frustrated than it's worth. And sometimes I can't get the sound to work. Whereas on the PS4, it's just push a button and go. Yeah. So if you despise doing dishes, is it almost worth watching someone else do dishes, or or does it motivate you to say, you know what, it builds you up, and eventually you end up having to do it? I don't know. Nope, another clean dish. Like so, I don't know. There's some video to watch where someone's doing something that I was like, I don't like doing myself. But like watching them do it, it's like, okay, maybe it's not so bad. I can get off the couch and go do this. Except for running. Watching, joy for all me. Except for running, watching other people run. It's like I get out of breath just watching other people run. Like I can't watch those decathlons and stuff. The marathons. Like I get winded chasing a cab. I'm not going to run for 23 miles or whatever it is. And I have nothing but respect and salute to people who can do that. Oh, someone wants to guess. Someone who, let me drop my hands off so I can see my phone here. Is somebody in the queue? I'm from Maine. I'm washing dishes in Maine. Let's see, who is somebody in the queue? Am I missing somebody? Oh, there we go. See if it comes up. Connecting.
What?
Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. My name is Dee Dee. These are my cousins.
Oh, hi, Dee Dee. Hi, cousins.
Hello.
So,
How are you
so what are
today?
you up to besides watching me do dishes?
Well, it's about 5 o'clock in New Zealand. It's about 5. We're just chilling.
Did you say New Zealand?
Yeah, New Zealand.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, I run a Minecraft server, and I got players who are in New Zealand.
Oh, cool. That's cool. Have you ever been here before?
I have not been there before, but my wife wants to go. She's a very big fan of Lord of the Rings, so she wants to go see where they filmed all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wants to see all that.
You got some different locations on the north side of the island.
Oh, okay. All right. So, and so you're a day ahead, right? You're a day ahead of us in the States.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So the more people we know from New Zealand, the better chance we'll know that the world didn't end. We have one more day ahead of us.
Yeah. No, we
All right.
Thursday.
So do you broadcast a lot on YouNow?
Well, sometimes I don't really socialize off YouNow, but I like to socialize off Facebook and Snapchat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do a lot of Facebook. I'm on Facebook quite a bit. It's like the only way I keep up with my family.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. So
you
yeah, Facebook's a good place to.
You probably know my uncle then.
Oh, your uncle?
Yeah.
I was saying, because Facebook is a good place to see what your distant cousins are doing and to get invites for games you don't want to play.
Yeah, but you probably know my uncle.
Who's your uncle?
You know Dwayne Johnson.
Who is he?
Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock?
Yeah.
Oh wow! You know what? In fact, that's way cool.
It's his mom. I'm related on her side.
That's way cool. Yeah. In fact, I just tweeted a story out about your uncle. There was 3 fans who were holding a sign. I don't know if you heard that story. There's 3 fans who were holding a sign on the side of the road telling people to honk. And so he honked.
Yeah.
And I saw it was The Rock. So they waited 3 hours for him to drive the other way. They had signs that said, come see us. And he did. He came and took pictures with them and everything.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's definitely one of those celebrities you always root for. So good for him.
Yeah.
And good for you. That's way cool.
Do you like wrestling?
I used to. I used to back when it was Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage, and back in the late '80s, early '90s. What?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Huh? Oh yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Right.
He's my favorite. Don't tell my uncle though.
I won't. I won't. But yeah, he. Yeah, I mean, there. I haven't gotten into it lately, but yeah, I used to really be into wrestling big time. So
we better.
So how's the weather? Oh, you let me get back to my dishes.
Oh yeah, sorry. I mean dishes. I thought you were doing the laundry.
No, just do the dishes. Well, it was really nice meeting all of you. Nice seeing all of you.
You too.
Yeah,
I'll tell my uncle you said hi.
Oh yeah, please do. Yeah, please do, and tell him big thumbs up for what he did for those 3 girls. That was way awesome.
I will.
Nice meeting all of you. Bye now.
You.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Wow, that's way cool. So that's oops. There you go. That's the closest I've ever come to meeting a celebrity. So now I can say I met the Rock's niece. So, but yeah, what a nice family, and what a nice man, and just I can't say enough good things about the Rock. Hi, Snowman and Little Lunatic, and is it Ann Martin? Oh, bye, Lisa. Yeah. You know what, Princess? As far as what you're saying about my wife being lucky, you have to make sure you look her up and tell her that she's actually on here. She's actually got her own username. Her name is Betty Horde, Horde. It's a Warcraft thing. BettyHorde. That's my wife on here. You can tell her she's lucky. Although I suppose I could toot my own horn. But, hey, Dylan. But, yeah, my wife, she does a ton of things around the house. So, really, in the grand scheme of things, me doing dishes is just a small thing. I mean, she does the laundry and she does most of the cooking. She's the one that cheerleads getting the house cleaned. So yeah, doing the dishes is a small task I'm happy to do. I should say I'm happier to do now that I started broadcasting while I do it, because otherwise it's just a mindless, mind-numbing chore. Although it is getting warm in here. I put the fan on. Got a little ceiling fan in here in the sink room. It's tough being a single mom. It's tough being a single parent. I'm actually in this is my second marriage, and I have a son from a first marriage, and so I had primary custody of my first son, and it's tough when you don't have someone to lean on. I mean, the only saving grace I had is the fact that after I got divorced, we moved back in with my folks. So we got to take over the top 4 for a little while. And my parents were great. They're both retired. They were able to both help. Whereas if you're by yourself, it was a struggle when I had help. When you don't have even that to lean on, I can't even imagine. That's why, you look at, single moms and single dads for that reason. I have nothing but respect. The fact that, you're balancing, putting food on the table, with a job and everything else, and juggling, who's watching your kids, helping them with their homework, making sure all their needs are met, whereas you don't have anyone looking out after you. So it's like, you do it all. So, I just, nothing but respect for that. And I guess where I really feel for are, you look at the single parents out there who, not only are they doing all that, but they're not single by choice. Like, they want someone in their life, and it's so hard to find that right person. Being someone who had to join the dating game as a single parent, it's hard because, you get to meet someone and think, wow, this is really great, and you start kind of getting into your story, and then it comes out that you've got a kid. And they're like, oh. And then it just kind of like shuts down. It's like, man, and obviously you wouldn't trade your kid for the world, that's just the way it is. But it's like, that makes it hard because it's like the rejection as a single parent when you're trying to date and trying to meet someone, I think is double in what it is when you're just single with no kids. Because because really when you're looking for someone not just for you, but it got to be someone that's compatible with your kid. You don't necessarily need to find a new mom for your kid. Like my situation, I wasn't looking for a new mom for my kid because she was still she's still active in his life. But they had to get along. Yeah. So. Oh, and that's rough with a court order. And been there, done that. That was part of my divorce. We had to stay within so many miles. Eventually, we both, she met somebody, I met somebody, so it made it easier for her to let up. When she met somebody, my ex-wife did. But for a while, that's hard when you're chained like that. That's what's so hard about divorces is that, it's not always about what's just the best for everybody. It's, spoilness and bitterness and revenge and, trying to, I don't know. Like my goal, I tried so hard to keep my goal of, hey, you know what? I thought the best place for my son was with me. And that's what I fought for, and that's what I got. And I gave up quite a bit on the other side to get that, And I resented the fact that basically my son became a negotiation chip, that, I had to give up things to be his parent. It shouldn't even been a discussion. It should just been, look, the facts are the facts, and I have the better school, I have all these other better things where I'm at. And it wasn't any of that. I had to negotiate for it. So, yeah. Well, that's so great, Princess, that you put your kids first. I mean, as hard as it is and as bitter as you feel sometimes, it's going to all come to a head at some point. It's all going to pay off when your kids look back and they say, thanks, Mom. Thanks for, giving us a better situation. Thanks for putting us first. Thanks for, doing what was best for us. And so that's what I think, my son's eventually going to come back and say, is that, he had a great childhood. He didn't get bounced around a lot. And, and that's what's going to say it was all to me one day is when he recognizes that he's old enough to see that. That's why we do what we do. That's why parents do what they do. You do what's best for your kids because you love them. Not necessarily, that you absolutely have to have the reward, but it sure does feel better. All right. So does being in school matter? How does your GPA affect your future? Okay, that's a good question. I will tell you firsthand, especially in today's economy, being in school is so important. Where it used to be in my dad's generation, he got out of high school, he got handed a job working for Detroit Diesel and pushing a broom, and with no education, he worked his way up from pushing a broom to being in charge of quality inspection. It was all based on experience. And they paid for his schooling. They put him through some courses to help him do better at the job. But really, he didn't have to finish his degree, none of that, and he made really good money. I mean, in fact, one of the jokes was my dad made more money taking 30 minutes to go to the bathroom on a Sunday than I did from a whole week worth of scooping ice cream at the local Metro Park when I was 16. You know, I mean, I'm putting in all those hours, and he gets paid more in a half hour taking a dump than I did actually working hard. You know, but those kind of jobs, you don't find those anymore. And so education is where it's at now. You know, so you got to finish high school, and getting a good GPA is important because that's what gets you accepted into the better schools. You know, and opens the door for scholarships. You know, I wish someone would have, you know, really sat down with me. You know, that was my mistake, is that I didn't take school seriously. I was a smart guy. I like to think I was a smart guy, but I never did my homework. I just was so happy to be out of school. You know, I wouldn't take my stuff home with me. I didn't care. You know, I'd ace all my tests, but homework it was such a big part of the grade that, you know, I'm sitting here, you know, instead of an easy A just by doing the assignments, you know, I'm struggling with a C plus, B minus, you know, even though I know all the material. And if the world was fair, you know, if the world was fair, you think that an employer would want someone who's like, you know what, if you're in the middle of the field, you know, whatever you're doing, you want someone who needs to take an extra, 20 minutes to go find, you know, answers to the book, or do you want someone who just knows the material so well that's going to make good decisions? You know, but you can't, you know, it's impossible to measure that. So GPA is all they have to go on, you know, and like I said, I did get accepted to some colleges, but I did not get into the ones I wanted, and I did not qualify for any scholarships. So it was a struggle, you know. So yeah, it is so important to have a good GPA, you know, put the time in, you know, and because here's the thing is that, you know, all the things that you may miss out on because you're too busy studying, doing your homework, those kind of things, instead of hanging out with friends and going out and doing stuff, you know, yeah, it hurts in the short term, but you know what? The payoff is so huge because once you get that degree and get the job you actually want, I mean, that right there, you know, is so important. That enough cannot be said for getting the job you want. You know, don't chase the money. I mean, obviously you need to make enough money to live, but if you can get the right education to really get what you're passionate about, to do what you're passionate about, you know what? The rest will all just fall in line. If you're happy with what you do for a living, the rest falls in line. It really does. That's the struggle I'm in right now. I'm a victim of my own poor choices. You know, that you know, I don't want to be doing what I'm doing right now. I don't, you know, and not the dishes. I mean, no one wants to do the dishes. I'm talking about for a living. It's not the, you know, worst job in the world, you know, and you know, it uses my talents, you know, computer talents and stuff, but it's honestly not what I want to do. You know, I mean, I would love if I had an education, you know, to actually get a better degree. You know, I've always wanted to do something that helps people. I always wanted to do something with nonprofits, you know, be able to get a job, you know, and with a nonprofit. You know, I'm not asking to be rich, but just enough where I don't have to worry about my bills. It's all the money I need. It's just enough to get my bills paid so that I have a question every month, you know, and I can just focus on doing a good job for other people. You know, work for a nonprofit that makes a difference in people's lives. I would love that. I would love to be able to do that. But you know what? I don't have the education. You know, and my resume doesn't speak to doing any of that work. So the only way, you know, I'm in a catch-22 where I have to, you know, basically be an intern, which I don't have the time to do, to at least get something on my resume before I even get looked at something entry level, which won't pay enough to support my family. You know, so because I didn't take school seriously, because I didn't take my GPA seriously, because I didn't understand any of that stuff, you know, and no one ever talked to me about it. You know, it's just been a slow march to where I am now. And so there we go. So I know it's a long rant, but the bottom line is, yes, GPA is so important. Do your homework, make sure you get, you know, studying for your tests, get the best grades you can get, because it completely changes your outlook on life. It completely changes your station in life, and it just, you know, enables you to do so much. You know, especially, and the thing is too, is the beautiful thing about it is if you end up making more money than you actually need to live. You know, look at how much you can give back to your community and give back to everyone else and help people make a difference. You know, where, you know, I mean, we all do that to a degree. I mean, honestly, you know, I'm thankful that I'm in a position where, I can, someone needs someone does a GoFundMe campaign. Like, in fact, there's someone on here named Jace, you may know. Jace J. All Enjoy is his name. Jace J. All Enjoy. And his nephew was born with some problems. He's been in the NICU. And so it's so hard for his family to go be with that baby because of work. Because, they can't get the time off, and they got to work and those kind of things. So anytime they take off, they lose money. They need to be there and be able to work. So he started a GoFundMe campaign to try to raise money, to be with that baby. And, so yeah, I donated $10, which really in the grand scheme of things is not much. But, there's some people who are living paycheck to paycheck that even $10, they can't even donate $1 because, they really are stretched to the penny. And I'm not at that situation, so thankful for that. But again, going back to, by taking school seriously and really applied myself and done what I was supposed to do, it'd be a whole different situation. So I had an opportunity and I wasted it. So my advice is don't waste your opportunities. Do not waste your opportunities. That's what I always tell my kids. I'll always keep telling them, and I will be involved in this. I am involved in their school. I will be more involved in my other kids' school as well as they get to be school aged. Whereas I didn't have that involvement from my parents. They just said, oh, he's a smart kid. He's just handling it. And then a report card would come out and they'd spend an hour yelling at me about it. And then nothing would get done about it. And then I go right back to my same old. So that's, no, we're not room to dry dishes. So, but yeah, what Princess says is right. What you miss now is nothing compared to what you'll experience when you're successful in life. Couldn't said it better myself. So Princess is right on the money about that. Almost getting to a stopping point while I wait for the dishes to dry. We're out of place to put everything. Yes, I have that many dishes. Here we go. We'll do some silverware since we're out of spoons. So, but yeah, that's my dream one day is to be in a position to help people and do things. And just, can you imagine having that as your living? Every day you wake up, that's what you're paid to do, is make a difference in someone's life. Every day you wake up, it's your job to reach out to a family that's in risk of losing their home and helping them get back on track, or reach out to a family that, food stamps doesn't cover it. So what can you do to make sure that they got enough food for their whole family? And just give them that peace of mind, and to do it in a way that you don't judge. That's the reason why there's so many people who don't ask for help in this country, is that people are so quick to judge, and it's like you almost don't want the help. If that's the price you pay is your dignity, why would you want that help, So, yeah. Yes, we're doing dishes again. Hi, Tia, how are you? But yeah, and that's why so many people don't want to reach out and ask for help, because it's the judging and the shame that people put on, that stigma they create of, like you hear so many stories about. Here, I'll tell you a story that happened to one of my own Facebook friends did. I actually unfriended them on Facebook. I could have so callous what they did. They were mad because there was a person in front of them in line who was using food stamps or using their bridge card or whatever. Thanks so much for the links for writing your fans here. They were upset that this person was using their bridge card. I forgot what they were buying. But anyway, they're like, hey, since I'm buying yours, why don't you buy mine? It's like, what? You know what? Yeah, I get that there's people out there that probably who got it and probably don't need it. But it's like, at the same point, it's like, why do you have to just accost a random person, and try to shame them? Like, what do you expect them to do? To all of a sudden be like, oh, you know what? You called me out. I I really didn't want, food stamps anyway. So, I'm just going to go march right down to the welfare office and get off right now. Thanks for making me feel bad about it. Yeah, you definitely changed my mind. I mean, what is it to you? Just leave them alone. I don't know. That's just my whole thing. So anyway, that's why I hate to see people who truly need help avoid getting help because they're afraid of the judgment. It should never. We are not none of us are in a position to judge. And so it's like if someone needs help, let them ask for the help. Because you know what? God bless you for speaking up and asking for it and getting help before it got even worse. That's the way I see it. Especially if you got kids. You know what? That's just it. And you look at all these groups. You see all these groups spring up and want to. I don't want to get into the whole pro-life, pro-choice thing, but I just wish there would be more groups that would step up and just really, let's take pro-life, let's take that all the way and just say, look, you know what, 10 years from now, thank God you make the decision to have that baby, but now you're struggling. So what can we do to keep helping you and keep reaffirming that choice that we want that baby to be part of this world, that baby's going to make a difference someday, and just make help so abundantly available. We just get into these battles over nickels and dimes over stuff that doesn't matter, where it's like, let's get mad about, the possible few thousand people who are getting food stamps and don't need it. But let's not talk about the hundreds of thousands who are going hungry, that don't have access to enough, or let's not fund, homes for homeless veterans. But let's make sure we have enough money for bombs and that kind of stuff. I mean, something's got to give. And it just starts with getting rid of judgment. I think once you get rid of judgment, it all falls in the line. Once people, stop judging and just like, look, you know what? Help someone for the sake of helping them. Don't worry about the backstory. But then again, like I said, just there's no right or wrong answer. I don't have all the answers. And like I said, I'm open-minded, and I may not have everything right. And I'm presented with facts and things of something else, and I'm all ears. Because for every, you also hear stories go the other way. Like, I don't know if you heard about this viral picture going around on Facebook and stuff of this one group, or not group, but I guess a couple of people, was it Iowa? Apparently, they were out saying they're hungry and, they need food, they need these things. So this Taco Bell owner or franchise owner went out there and offered them jobs right on the spot. Look, we need people. We've been getting getting lunchtime rushes. Right now, I'll give you a job. You can start today. And they refused. They said, nope. He turned it down. And so the owner's been getting out there every day that they're out in front of his store with their signs. He gets out there with a sign of his own saying, don't give them money. They turn down a job. So I don't know all the details. I just know what I saw from the picture and heard of the story. So maybe there was some hey, Rob Zombie, nice to see you, and have faith. So maybe there's more to it. Maybe there's a reason why they couldn't work that job. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, but if they were able-bodied, able to work, I mean, unless they're making so much money per day more by kindness of strangers than they are actually working an hourly job. I don't know. Hey, Blue Spirit, nice to see you. Good morning. So, but regardless of all that distraction stuff, bottom line is this, is that everyone just needs to quit judging. Help when you can. If you can help, great. If you can't, I understand. God bless you all. And, just change the world. Change the view, change the world, and low battery. So much talking that I'm running my battery out. There we go. So I like how my dish doing turns into discussions. It went from how important is school to don't judge people and save the world. Yeah, Dawn is the way to go. Dawn, Dawn is the way to go. In fact, Dawn helps save wildlife. It says so right here. So if you get a baby duckling stuck in an oil slick, pull off the Dawn, save the duck. In fact, it's well priced, so you could say save a buck while saving a duck. Trademark. Hi, Jordan. Nice to see you. Hey, thanks for all the hearts, Blue Spirit. Oh, so getting down to the last nitty-gritty down here. Yeah, for all those who became a fan, thanks for becoming a fan, Jordan. After I did done the broadcast, I actually go on my computer and look at my fan list. It's easier for me just to go back then and just click everybody and fan everyone back. So everyone who fans me definitely gets fanned back. No doubt about it. That's how you discover the coolest people on YouNow. So if you did something to find me, then clearly we have something in common. So why wouldn't I fan you, right? That's right. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. All you need is love. No, I don't plan on going on hashtag singing anytime soon. Although maybe I could go, I'll be the blues singer of YouNow. Woke up this morning, and what did I see? A pile of dishes waiting for me. It said, no, you're not going to be playing video games or doing anything fun. No, sirree. You're going to wash dishes till the sun goes down. Whoa, dishes. The bane of my existence. So I said to my wife, for what it's worth, let's use paper plates. She says, no, that'll hurt the earth. Okay, maybe she's got something there. But I'm just lazy as can be. So I don't care if I eat my dinner off of stuff made from a tree. Oh, yeah. Cut and print. There you go. Gold record right there. The Dishes Blues. Uh-oh. The pans. Down to the pans. Dishes. I have to make a point that the next time I broadcast, whatever that is, to not be doing the dishes. Just 3 times in a row, it's getting to be much. People are going to start wondering if I do anything else with my life. Nope, this is all I do. In fact, I need to make more friends locally so I can come to their house and wash their dishes. Can you imagine if I lived closer to all you all, and I would just go over to your house and wash your dishes for you for bars? 100 bars, and I'll come over and wash your dishes for an hour. 500 bars, and I'll come over and wash your dishes. Okay, wait a minute, that's too much. I was going to say 5 hours, but I'm barely doing this. I'm barely able to handle the hour. In fact, I'm coming up to an hour. My problem is if I actually made that deal, I would never see my family. Everyone would just load me with bars. I'd be committed for the rest of my life. As Tira, that's what Ice Queen said when I was doing the dishes. I was doing hashtag dishes. She's like, you're not taking Michelle's thing, are you? No, I'm not taking. Trust me, whoever wants this dishes thing can have it. I don't. This is a short-term engagement is all this is. That's all it is. Short-term engagement. You can keep this dishes thing. I will say this, though. I will say that normally it's a struggle for me to be able to stick with this for more than a half hour at a time. And we just passed 1 hour. And I have no idea where the time went. So apparently, it's been pretty fun. Although today's highlight. Oh, thanks. Hey, thanks for the likes. Thank you, Kier, for that. But here's the highlight of the day. I don't know if you were here for this part of the show, but I actually got to meet the Rock's niece, who lives in New Zealand. She said she was the niece of the Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Share the dishes. Share the dishes, share the love. It's like a love potluck. Everybody bring a dish. And Michelle and I will take turns washing them. Well, hugs to you, Blue Spirit. Or you can just call you Blue. Blue. Because Blue sounds like the nickname of a good friend. You know, just the way that sounds. Like, hey, I'm going to fry up some dishes here. I'm going to head out for it. I'm going to go hang out with my buddy Blue. Yeah, just sounds like that's like a good friend nickname. Like, hey, what are you up to today? Oh, not much. Just knocking back a few beers with my buddy Blue. Sweet, how's Blue doing these days? Oh, Blue's awesome. Blue's awesome. So I need a better nickname, you know. Or yeah, I go by Mike. It used to be when I was younger, and I used to do these things called computer bulletin boards. You know, back before the internet was all that, you would just dial into a computer and you leave messages back and forth for each other on someone else's computer. Sounds silly when you think about today, but back then that was top of the line technology. But back then my nickname was Mikey, Mikey, Mikey. Then it became big guy, boss, chief. What's up, chief? What's up, boss? What's up, big guy? But to me, Chief is a cool nickname. I have a great uncle who they all call him Chief. So like that'd be kind of a cool nickname. What's up, Chief? I can almost feel my break time coming. Hi, emo band person. Thanks for joining as I wrap up the awesome dishes here. I apparently made it far enough down into the sink that I found the missing sponge. I now have 2 sponges. Hallelujah! It's sponge terrific up in here. Oh, sponge. It was all hiding under the pans, and I just got done washing. All right, so here's the scoop. Here's what's happening. So, I got 2 or 3 more things to wash, and then I've had it for now. I'm going to walk away, let the dishes dry off so I can come back later and put them away. Or maybe I'll leave them in the dish drainer long enough for my wife to come home so she can see them and be like, oh, wow, he did stuff today. So that would be good. But when I go to do that, I think I'm going to end the broadcast at that point to give you awesome people a chance to be more entertaining than me, who is simply sitting here talking about changing the world and how much he loathes doing dishes. And then that'll be fun. And then I will probably be back later on after I've had a chance to spend some time with my son, make sure I think he fell asleep. I would have saw him walk by if he had gotten out of that room. So unless he decided to eat the couch and choke on it, I think he's okay in there. How's that for Dad of the Year? Yeah, my son's quiet, so we'll just speculate what's going on instead of actually peeking around the corner and looking. All right, I'll look. Now I'm curious. Yep. Sound asleep. I was right. Okay. Dry off the hands. Go drink some coffee. So I just want to say once again, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I almost sounded insincere. No, but really, thanks. I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. You guys are the best group in all of YouNow. You really are. It's nice. In fact, you know what? While we're here, I'm going to tell you a very quick story about me so you know what's going on about me. So I've been diagnosed with clinical depression. But I've probably been fighting depression for as far back as I can remember. And it has its ups and downs. When I got divorced the first time, that was a real big down. And then was up for quite a while. And I reached another dark place just shortly before. I mean, it really got dark before I joined YouNow. Pills weren't helping. The therapy wasn't helping. I mean, I just was I was just in bad shape. And, then they're like, the therapist is like, hey, just go out and make friends. And that's, on the surface, sounds good, except for I just moved to Maine with my wife. All I know here is my wife's family. I work from home, so you don't really get to go out and make friends. So it just wasn't working. So, and so I started, this is going to sound funny, but I started joining these different sites where you can make friends. Well, of course, me being the naive person I am, apparently friends really meant friends. So now I'm having to explain to my wife why I've got these random women texting me wanting to know how long the thing is and, when can I come over and knock the boots with them. So that was not good. And of course, my wife and I have an honest relationship. She knew I wasn't pulling her leg. I mean, I showed her all my messages. I wasn't leading anybody on. I mean, it was right there. I just want to make actual friends. So then I read some article about YouNow. I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. Getting, the broadcasters become friends with their viewers and, to actually see people and the kind of thing. Well, I'll try it out. We'll see. And so I came to YouNow and, met a few people and it was all right. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just try broadcasting. People come find me. Well, I ended up being a troll fest and just making me feel miserable. And I quit my broadcast and think about quitting the show. And I bumped into Tammy's show and started asking her questions and getting to meet people. And she's like, no, you know what? You're going to fan this person, fan that person. Do Chase, do on solitary tier, do this person. I mean, she gave me the whole list of everybody I need to go out and make friends with. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been a part of YouNow only since the end of November. I'm going to say about the 27th, I think, or the 24th, something like that, towards the end of November. YouNow has done more for my depression in all the years I've been battling with it in this last month than any pills or any therapy or anything else I've tried has ever done. It really has. I mean, it's just, who's to say I won't have a down day again? Depression's the black dog. You never can totally chase it away. You can only manage it. But I will tell you that it's done more for me in the short time since I've been on YouNow, and it just, where it's like, it's not just, you guys aren't just people on a screen or on the internet. You guys aren't just random people. I mean, I have a vested interest as friends, what you're up to, how things are going, how you're doing, and, yeah, for sure, John. That you guys are friends, and when I first started telling my wife about that, she's like, that's weird. It's internet stuff. Come on. But it's like when she actually made an account and got on there and saw the broadcast with me and got to talking to people and I know people, she gets it. So, okay, you know what? Her friends, they all live around here. okay? They all live around here, so she can go out and be with her friends. Me, it's like if I want to go and crack open a beer and kick my feet up, and turn on YouNow, well, guess what? That's hanging out with my friends. And it makes me feel great. It really does, And the trolls don't bother me anymore. Now if anything, it's funny, And so it's like, it's all just thanks to the cool people you are, and it's just great. It's just great. So there you go. There's my personal tale. You need to know a little bit more about me. And it's just, trolls do make it exciting. I didn't know how to deal with it at first. I just wasn't in a place to deal with it, that first day. But, then after seeing some of the other broadcasters, how they handle it, my favorite is when, Twist Ted, when he gets trolls in his room, he guesses them, and more often than not, they're, my thing lock up? Oh, it's not